welcome to another episode of Third Shot Podcast. We want to thank everyone for the continued support. We love you all for all the comments and follows and listens. We wouldn't be here without you, so thank you so much. And if you haven't already, please follow us. You can find us on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube at Third Shot Podcast. You can also find us on X at Third Shot Pod. Or if you're more of a website person, you can check out our website at thirdshotpodcast.com. And today we've got a very special episode because we've got some fun and exciting announcements to share. We are joined by the head of our marketing, Amanda. Hi, Amanda.
Hello.
How's it going?
It's going good. I'm super excited to be here today and back. This is my second episode, so I'm excited to be a returning guest.
Yeah, you nailed it the first time, so we had to get you back. And there's some big news that we need to talk about. So before we do, we
Yeah.
We're going to do
probably
a little
should do a
toast.
shot
Okay.
to the
Yeah.
big news. And the big shot that we're doing right now is for your graduation. Congratulations.
Yay! Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank
Cheers.
you. Cheers.
So I see you are wearing your UNLV t-shirt. You
Yeah.
just graduated from UNLV. Tell everybody what your degree is in.
Yeah, so I just graduated with my bachelor's in psychology, and I'm about to be starting my master's program for social work in the fall, also at UNLV. So I am a proud UNLV alumni, but also not because I'm still going. So yeah.
You're in limbo or something. What are you?
I don't know. It is a kind of weird, like being in between right now. It's like a transition, but I'm super excited to start grad school. I've heard that it's very different from undergrad. Like I've been watching a lot of YouTube videos and TikToks on like trying to prepare myself, and everybody says like it's not the same. It's not just like you're continuing with more school. It's like a completely different experience. And maybe Brigie could speak to that too, because you went through a master's program too. How was your
Yeah, so
experience?
you are right. It was definitely not like your undergrad experience. It's a lot more focused on your topic of interest and what you're getting your degree in. And it's a lot more, I would say, like a closeness with the people that you are going to classes with. So in mine, I think that I was a part of a 15-person cohort, and then it ended up being 12 of us graduating. And so you get really close with those people. You go to the same classes, and it's a lot more like discussion based and projects and papers. But I was in a different college than you will be in, but I'm assuming it would be a little bit more similar to that than an undergrad where you go to big lecture halls and have tests all the time. My experience in my master's program was not like that, but I'm so excited that you're continuing on at UNLV because then I get to see more of you and we get to go out and play pickleball together still. So that's super
Yes.
fun.
Yes, I'm so excited. I'm happy to be staying, especially because it's like I feel like our family is half and half now in Vegas and California. So it's like so easy to see each other. And like when Uncle Greg comes here, like we all play pickleball at the Sunset Courts, and then you come home and you get to play pickleball in the Bay Area. So like it's easy that way.
Yeah,
It
it is a
is.
lot of fun, and I'm glad you're staying there as well because I get to come visit all the time. And yeah, we're all together. We get to spend family time together, play some pickleball, and your graduation was a blast. I thought it was so well. First of all, the ceremony, I have to say,
Yeah, I want
UNLV.
to hear your take on that. Yeah.
I thought the UNLV graduation ceremony was so much better than any other graduation I have ever seen. Now, I haven't been to a ton of graduations, but I've been to some high school ones. I've been to other people's college ones and stuff. I've gone through my own college graduation, and from the music, as everybody was kind of filing in, they had the jazz band playing, I guess, and the singer and the music was fantastic. I was like, "Is this recorded? Is this live?" And then I realized it was live, and I'm going, "This is so good."
Actually, yes. I thought the music was recorded too because I couldn't see the stage or anything, and so I had the same reaction that you did because I looked up at that big screen in the middle and I
Yeah.
was like, "Oh." But I agree, like, I mean, okay, so on the flip side, that was my first graduation I've ever had because, like, high school, I was during COVID, so we had, like, a drive-through in your car graduation.
Oh, that is not the same.
Yeah, not the same, but I didn't really know what I was missing until now, and I was like, "Oh my gosh, this is so cool." I, like, understand why people would get so emotional and, like, stuff during their graduations because it did seem like such a, like, big moment, and that makes me happy to hear that it was, like, an especially good graduation because I feel like I got, like, the perfect experience. It
It
was very
really was, it really was, and then, like, it was at the Thomas and Mack Center, which is literally a basketball stadium, and they had the big screen, and they had videographers filming you guys walking in, or the speakers, or the crowd, and, like, that was pretty cool, but most people don't get, right? Usually, you're in a football stadium outside, and you're in the heat, especially in Las Vegas, it's great that we weren't in the heat, and then the guy who sang the national anthem,
so
Christian cannot remember his last name, but, oh my gosh, people can YouTube this guy, and they have recordings of him doing the national anthem at the graduation ceremony. I watched it. Oh, he is so good. Like, might have been one of the best renditions of the national anthems I've ever heard in
I
person.
agree. Yeah, it was, like, really exceptional, for real.
Yeah,
And
and
I
then the
think he was the same singer they had at the after our December 6th shooting incident on campus, they had a memorial and he sang
oh.
there too. Phenomenal. He is truly amazing.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, I mean, it's emotional listening to this guy sing. It's incredible, and I know he's gotten awards, and he sang for, different popular singers that are out there right now, so that was really cool, and he graduated with you, so really neat that they actually used a graduate. They didn't bring in Wayne Newton or something,
That
or
still would have been kind
J-Lo
of
or
cool.
somebody who's singing, like, they use an actual student that just blew the socks off everybody, and
Yeah,
then they had that speaker, the girl who's also graduated, and she went off.
yeah. She did. She took her that's what I like about that is I feel like she saw the opportunity and she took it to, like, talk about something she actually, like, was passionate about instead of just, like, the generic, like, speech. And so I was like, "Respect," It was not, like, the traditional, like, graduation speech, but she was talking about something she was actually passionate about, and I think that, like, made it even more impactful to me, at least, like, I respected that a lot, and
Yeah,
yeah.
I thought so too. I mean, she's studying law, so she's gonna be an attorney, and man, can she get her point across, which I was
Yeah, she did.
super impressed, and I gotta be honest with you, I didn't say anything before the graduation because, I didn't wanna put any, doubts, but I was a little worried because I was hearing about all the different graduations going across the country and protests that were happening at the graduations, and I was going, "Oh, something gonna happen at this one," and there was so much rebel pride. I mean, there was no even hint of any protest or anybody speaking against, any or, having their message or anything like that. It was just about, "Hey, we're graduating, we're celebrating, we are proud to be rebels."
Oh, yeah. That's true. I guess I didn't really think about that, but you're right. It was like good vibes the whole way through. Also, I like that they split it between like half of the colleges and then the other half. So it was like shorter, but also like you're kind of with your like types of majors, like you're with your people kind of. So I thought that like made it go smoother as well.
And you got to graduate in the same ceremony as some of your best friends. And then after the ceremony, we all kind of met out in the parking lot and, put delays on you and took pictures. And I don't know. We got to figure out to post a picture of you with the Lays because we could barely see you. Like,
Oh, yeah. Wait, can I just show it on the screen on my phone, or will that not work?
yeah, yeah, bring one up while we chat. I mean,
Yeah.
and then
Bridgie,
we went afterwards to that steak, all you can
Oh,
eat.
Brazilian steakhouse. Oh my gosh. That was
yes.
amazing. What a good pick.
Okay, I'm glad. I'm glad you liked it. Have you ever been there before, Bridgie?
That was my first time. And we always talk on this show about how much of a foodie Uncle Greg and I are. And so to be able to experience that with him and with you in celebration of your graduation, it was just perfect.
Yeah.
And, we had all of our family there. We had our guest of honor there because you just graduated, and the food was so good.
Yes. I feel like our family is like the perfect family to go to not necessarily all you can eat, but anywhere that you're gonna need to eat a lot. Like we're the perfect people for it. We're ready always.
That's true. Uncle Greg can put it away. Our other uncle, Uncle Dean, anything you don't want to eat, he's there to help out.
Yeah, no, yeah. Any plate that's not empty, you can just pass it to someone and somebody will finish it. This is the photo I found, if you guys can see.
That's you and
So
Carissa.
cute.
Yes. And then I have this one that's kind of funny to
So
me.
people have to be watching
Oh,
this
I
on YouTube
love that.
because literally she's showing a picture of all the lays around her neck, and all you can basically see is her eyes and her
Yeah.
forehead. Everything else is covered with Hawaiian lays.
It was so fun though. Like that was I don't know, some people I think get like embarrassed, but I was like just loving it. It was so cool.
And then Bridgie made a big head of your
Oh my
face.
gosh, yes. Dude, that, like, is famous now with my friends because Bridgie brought it to my senior night game was when it, like, debuted, and everybody thought it was so funny, and, like, in the back of everybody's Instagram photos from that day is, like, my head somehow, like, somebody was holding it in the back of everybody's photos that day, and then again at graduation, we had it, but I love it. I think it's awesome. I'll try and find a photo of that one too.
Well, the
Yeah.
crazy thing was is, we
Like,
were all
in
oh, yep, there's the big head. We were all sitting in the second deck of this stadium. It's a basketball stadium. I don't know how many thousands of people were there, but we held up the big head, and as you were walking in, you could actually see where we were sitting. You found us within like 5
yes.
seconds.
Yeah, that actually was the only way I could have found you, like, seriously, but it was so useful. I just looked at myself and
You saw
That's so
yourself. You go, "Hey,
perfect.
that's me up there. That's where they must be sitting."
yeah, no, it was so awesome. I think it was a perfect graduation, honestly. Like, everything went so well. I had everybody there that I loved and cared about, and yeah, it was awesome.
Well, congratulations. You're moving
Yeah.
on to the next, stage of your life, master's.
Yeah, woohoo. I remember Bridgie when she graduated her master's, she was like, "Call me Master Bridgie now," and I'm like, I'm
And
waiting
yet nobody does.
I know, what? But I'm, like, waiting for the day that I can be Master Amanda and we can be masters together.
So, we need to, have a new T-shirt or sweatshirt made with Master Bridgie on the back. So when you're
Yeah.
Yes.
out there on the courts, we can put the Master Bridgie.
Mhm.
If I
Everybody
could
has
just get one person to call me master.
I'll do it. I'll be the guy.
Well,
Will you
in
just do
today's
it for each
political
other?
climate, maybe you don't wanna be called master. I
That's
don't know,
true.
right?
Yeah.
Maybe we
Yeah.
should come up with a different name.
People might not understand the context.
Yeah,
Right,
maybe we need to go
right.
back to school and we just call you doctor.
Yeah, I don't know if
Doctor
I've got that in
Bridgie.
my timeline, but
Well, I give both of you respect for both of you getting your masters. After I graduated from college, I couldn't see myself doing anymore. I was done. So I'm glad both of you did it fairly soon, right after you did your undergraduate. Both of you kind of went straight through, just get it out of the way.
Yeah, I think that's the way to do it. I feel like everybody that I've talked to, whether they like school or not, say that, like, if you take a break, you're not going back. So I'm trying to take that advice and just keep going because I'm personally not a super big school oriented person. So I'm like, I just got to push through until I'm like done.
Just power through, yeah, because I think, like you had mentioned, if you take more than like a semester off, it's going to be so tough to get back to it because you find yourself in a full-time position and then it's like, well, how am I going to apply and like balance that with classes? And so
That's
the
so
quicker
true.
you get it done, the easier, I think.
Yeah, I actually didn't think about that. But once you're in a full time position, to even go through the application process would be so much extra. Dude, that was something I wasn't prepared for either. Like all the applications and personal statements and all of that was already so
It was a
much
lot.
work. Yeah.
It was a lot.
But I'm happy that I did it. I'm happy that I'm doing it. So
Great.
good.
Well, we have a little more to celebrate. I know Bridgie has announced this before, but she is now engaged, and I want to have a
Yes.
toast with Amanda that we need to congratulate Bridgie on the upcoming wedding ceremony. We haven't no date yet, right, Bridgie?
No date, but maybe you can help me figure some stuff out
All right,
here.
let's figure some stuff out. But
Yeah.
cheers to the upcoming wedding
Yes.
and to
Cheers.
the engagement.
There's
Yep.
the bling.
Bling, bling.
Yeah.
I'm going
Congratulations.
to be doing more shots at the wedding for sure.
Oh yeah, yeah. Pace yourself.
So, what can we help you with, Bridgie? What can we help you with at this wedding?
So I am in the midst of the wedding planning process, checking venues, getting our guest list ready, and I want to incorporate some fun into it because that's a party to me, like I've never really thought much about my wedding, but I just know that I want it to be fun and all of my favorite people are going to be there. And what's more fun than pickleball, right?
So
No.
we got to figure out how to put pickleball into the wedding.
Yes.
Oh,
So
okay.
so here's a question. If you all could pick some type of wedding event, whether it's like the bachelorette party, maybe an engagement dinner, maybe the wedding itself, what would you propose as the best place to throw in some pickleball and what does it look like?
Okay, I think off the bat, bachelorette parties where my mind's going to. I think that would be so cute. I've seen a bunch, like, seriously, of girls doing Pilates for, like, as part of their, like, bachelorette activities, and I think that's so cute to do any type of like physical activity. Like some girls who are like big into running, even like they'll take their whole group and like go on a run. So I think a group pickleball sesh with your bachelorette party would be so fun. You could get like themed paddles, maybe. I don't know how expensive that is, but like t-shirts for sure. Do t-shirts. And like whatever your favorite color is, make everything that color, make it super cute, take photos, have a little photo shoot. I
Oh
think
yeah,
so
photo shoot with the
Yeah.
bachelorette party on the courts.
yeah. We could have like oh, okay. Okay. My it's
The
going
wheels
now.
are spinning.
Yeah. Like, okay, so you're in an all white pickleball outfit. We're all in like whatever your like theme of your color is. So we'll be colorful. You're in all white. You could have a white paddle. We could have, themed paddle. I think it would be so cute.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yes.
a little veil on your ponytail, something like that. Create like, oh, so cute.
So
I love that
I think
idea.
for your wedding dress, you just go tennis skirt, right? The white tennis skirt with the veil and everything,
Sneakers. I like that.
sneakers, right? I think that we should definitely have a pickleball court in the reception area.
Oh my gosh.
Let's freaking roll one out. We know enough people that can help us roll a pickleball court out. And after the dinner, we're all going to get a round robin match going.
Oh
I
my
like
gosh. I
that.
would love that because I'm not much of a dancer. Amanda is a great dancer and I just have never found like fun in it. So if I could play pickleball instead, of dancing at my wedding. I would love that.
Yes.
But I know everyone would be sad because my fiance also really likes to dance too.
You
Well, there's
can
no
get
reason why we
relevant.
can't do both, right? We can do both.
Yeah, 2 separate floors, pickleball, dance.
Yeah, and then you
Yeah.
can show off. I feel like you wanna, like, be in your element, like, when you're on your wedding day, like, doing what you're good at and things like that.
In my tennis skirt wedding dress
Yes,
combo.
yes. In your Converse, you're already ready. It's gonna be perfect. Okay, okay, this is a crazy idea I just got. What if you serve pickles as
That's
like an
a much.
appetizer or something, like a starter? Pickles.
And balls,
Yes,
meatballs.
yes, wait, pickles and
I'm
meatballs.
glad you said that. I was like, "Wait, what are you talking about?" And balls. What are you s
Any type of balls. Like, that's such a
What
like,
about the, favors that
mm,
you give out?
Mm.
What do you think we can build in how do we build a pickleball into the favor that we hand out to people?
just give them a pickleball.
No, I
It's useful.
no, I think we do something special, right? I think we have special pickleballs made with your pictures on it.
Yeah, I like that. Or
Or like a paddle with our faces.
Oh, we could do that easy. I actually know who can do that for us. So, yes.
Perfect.
Oh,
well,
that would be what about on top of the cake?
oh my gosh,
Mm.
yeah, with paddles in your hands.
Or
That
do a little court with the 2 of you on the top of the court
mhm,
That'd
with the
be so
paddles?
cute.
I like that,
Okay.
I like
Centerpieces at the tables?
Like nets, you can like put the nets in all fancy with like paddles coming out of the top. Or
yes,
Oh,
like those tall vases, you can fill them with different colored pickleballs.
that's cute.
yes.
Ooh, wait, I like that idea. It's like when they do, like, the candy things with, like, gumballs, but instead it's pickleballs, like, that would be really cute. I
This
like
is bringing something back into my memory. As I was scrolling through Instagram the other day, I saw, and I don't know if this is real or if it's fake, but an engagement ring pickleball where like you spin the top half of the ball and like it opens up and then inside of it's a ring so you can like propose to your
yeah,
person
oh my gosh.
with a pickleball.
That's actually so cool. Can you imagine if you're playing the game with that ball and then you, like, open it up and you're like, "All this time we've been rings?"
That would be funny because I've seen that on, like, baseball where, people would,
Oh,
have somebody come out and pretend to throw the first pitch, and all of a sudden the ball, right, they pop it open and there's a ring and somebody proposes. Yeah, so I've seen that. So, yeah, the pickleball one, that was cool. So, I don't know if you know this or not, Bridgie, but your fiancé at actually Amanda's graduation lunch, the party,
mhm.
he came up to me and he says, "Okay, Uncle Greg, we're gonna play pickleball next time you're down here. I'm going out there with you." So he's on board now. He's on board with the whole
Yes.
pickleball thing.
It's been a process, but that would actually be the first time that he and I play pickleball together. Well, his first time ever.
Oh my gosh.
I know.
So
That's
he gave me the commitment that he's gonna do it next time I come down.
wow, you're so
Perfect.
lucky you got the
I
cake
know,
on
right?
first offer.
He said yes to you before me. What the
Yeah.
heck?
I didn't mean that.
He's like,
Well,
"I
we'll have to try to get some video footage of this.
oh my
Yeah.
gosh, yeah, a secret cam. You, like, show up in a hat with, like, a camcorder." You're like,
That's your job, head of marketing. You gotta sneak in there.
"Oh, yeah, okay, I'll do that." Also, I was thinking we should give away our T-shirts, our merch at your wedding
Oh,
as
yeah.
Yes.
promo.
Out of a gun, a t-shirt gun. Like
Yes,
shoot
okay,
'em
okay.
out.
As head of marketing, I'm just gonna come out with a gun and start shooting merch everywhere, advertising, like
You're going rapid fire with the I just saw that pose. You're going ba 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 ba.
yeah, that's gonna
Just
be
pelting all of your aunties and uncles and everybody with the t-shirts saying, "Put it on, let's go.
yeah.
The court's right over there. We're playing."
Yes, yes.
Oh, there you go. If you catch a shirt, you have to play.
Mm, yes. And
That's a
it'll like
nice little.
be each color will like put you into teams of two.
Oh my
Ooh,
gosh,
I
this
like
is going to be the best wedding ever.
that.
Everyone's gonna want to come.
Yes. And you know how like you do the bouquet toss or whatever it's called, and whoever gets
uh,
Oh, the
it like
bouquet?
is the
Yeah.
next one. You could do the tournament. Whoever wins the tournament is going to be the next one to get married.
yes.
Wow.
Yes, yes.
Oh my gosh, this has been so helpful, you guys.
Of course, anytime. You're here for.
Anytime you need ideas, we're gonna have an episode to come up with more ideas for the pickleball wedding of the century.
Mhm.
Yes. I wonder if we have any listeners who are also wedding planners who also love pickleball, so then they can come and help too.
Mhm.
What would you say is the best way for them to come and give you ideas?
Oh, just Instagram. Just send us a message on there and then bada boom, bada bang. You're
There,
on Team Third Shot Wedding.
there you go. Third Shot Podcast. Go find us. Give Bridgie ideas.
You might get an
Thank you guys.
invite. Probably not, but you know.
So, speaking of events, though, Uncle Greg, you were recently a part of a really awesome event that was held at the Hub with a really awesome professional pickleball player.
I know. It
Tell
was
us what you got to
crazy.
do.
It was so surreal. So let me just kind of set all this up because in a previous episode, we had Jeff Nguyen, who is the owner or part of the ownership group of the Bay Area Breakers. And on the show, he was saying, "Hey, we have a exhibition match against the SoCal Hard Eights coming up at the Alameda Hub, which is close to my house. It's only like half an hour from my house." So I said, "Oh, for sure, I'm going to come down and watch." Right. So I get together with Joy and Victoria, a couple friends that I have that play pickleball, and we say, "Yeah, let's go watch the match." So we drive in there. The match starts at 11. We're probably getting there around 9:30. And sure enough, as soon as we walk in the door, we see Jeff. And I go, "Hey, Jeff, I want to introduce you to my friends." And, we did a little hello, how you doing, stuff like that. And then Jeff says, "Hey, you got a minute?" And I go, "Yeah, what's up?" And he goes, "Would you mind, like, would you be interested in doing the commentary for the show for our YouTube channel and the MLP YouTube channel?" And I go,
That's huge.
"Yeah, I'd be interested." And he goes, "Okay, well, let me check with Jesse and I'll get back to you." And it doesn't click to me like who he's checking with. I thought he's talking about the producer or whatever. I don't know who he's talking about. And he says, "Let me get back to you." So I go put my stuff down and I'm kind of getting ready to go play a little bit because they had open play courts while before the match started. So we run back into each other like 5 minutes later and he goes, "Yeah, Jesse says, she'd like you to be on the show with her." And I go, "Well, fantastic." And he goes, "Follow me." So we walk upstairs to kind of where the studio is set up above the courts that the match is going to be held. And it's Jesse Irvin. And I'm like, "Oh my gosh, I watch you all the time on on
Did
television."
you fangirl?
Yeah, I just yeah, I totally like was in like a moment of shock. I was like, "I cannot believe that I am first of all going to be meeting you, but I'm going to be calling an MLP match with you. This is crazy." And she was so nice. Oh my gosh, she's super supportive and nice. And like I was like, "Okay, I have all these questions. Like, what are we gonna do? What do you want me to do? How much should I say? Like, I don't know." Because this is my first time, right? I've never
Oh, that was
called
your
a
first time?
pickleball match. This is my first time, right? So my joke with Auntie, my wife, is that I always wanted to be a sports announcer because I'm sitting at home going, "Oh, this is what's gonna happen. This is what's gonna happen." Doesn't matter what sport I'm watching, right? I go, and she goes, "You should have been an announcer." I go, "I know I should have been an announcer." And in fact, since we're talking about graduating stuff like that, when I went to college initially, I wanted to be in the media and do sports announcing and or sports reporting or something like that, right? Unfortunately, I was not smart enough in picking the college that I went to, and they did not have that program at the college I went to, so I landed up
Same.
going into business, which worked out, but still, I didn't get to do my sports thing. So I've always had this passion. I've always had this like bucket list thing. It's like, I want to be a sports commentator. And sure enough, it happened in pickleball of all sports. And I got to do it with Jesse, and it was just the coolest experience ever. Really, really fun.
That's
Oh,
amazing.
that is so cool, especially when you meet somebody that you look up to. I think it's like rare that they live up to your expectations or even exceed them. So I'm just like so happy that she was so genuine and actually a great person.
It really was.
And yeah, and Amanda and I got to watch some of the match too because they were live streaming it. And the two of you, I can't say how well she did because I don't want her to take my spot on the podcast, but you all sounded fantastic together. It was so smooth and it was such an enjoyable game to watch because I think the commentating was great.
Yeah, I agree with
Thank you.
that. I was going to ask actually, because commentating is something that you've always wanted to do. It's like always been in the back of your head. Like
Yeah.
when you actually did it for the first time, did you feel prepared or was it like a learning curve? You were like, "Ooh, this is different than I expected."
There was definitely a learning curve for it because what I asked her this before we started. I go, "How much should I talk? How much do you want me to talk?" Obviously, nobody's really listening to what Uncle Greg has to say about pickleball. They're listening to what Jesse has to say about pickleball,
I
right? So I'm
was.
like,
I was.
I get that. I get that. Like nobody's here to listen to me. So I'm like, how much do you want me to talk, right? And when do you want me to talk and stuff like that. So what she was told is try not to talk over the match as much as possible. Like
Mm,
in between the points when they're kind of, getting ready for the next serve, that's when you can kind of make a little commentary on what we just saw. If there was nothing special about the point, it's okay to kind of let it go and wait till the next point to start and that type of thing. But if we have a conversation, then if it carries into the next point, that's okay.
mm,
And she said, and I asked her, I go, is it okay for me to ask your opinion on certain aspects of the game? And she goes, totally. So the part that you said that you liked, that we felt kind of natural, I'm really happy the fact that you said that because we obviously didn't have any time to rehearse anything. It was really on the fly that we just came up with, hey, what do you think about this? Or, every once in a while I'd give a little bit of an opinion on what I thought was going on because again, who cares what I think? But anyway,
Well,
So, if given the opportunity to do it again, would you say yes?
yes.
mm,
In a heartbeat, I'm sure.
Oh my gosh, not even half a heartbeat. I would do it again. And it doesn't even have to be an MLB match. I thought it was just so much fun to actually get behind a mic and talk pickleball and kind of do it with somebody. I don't think I would like to do it just by myself. I think there is that dynamic, the two people, kind of hanging out and talking pickleball like you're doing it, at home, watching a match in your living room and you're with your pickleball partner or something like that. I think that dynamic worked well for me. If I could recreate that in another opportunity, I would definitely do that.
yeah, that's so cool. Aw. And it really did sound like you were both professionals, honestly. Like if I didn't know anything, I would have thought you did it for a living.
That's
I
cool.
feel
Thank
like
you.
probably also the podcast helps because you guys are like used to talking back and forth between the two of you, even just like with not cutting each other off and things like that. Um, did you
Yeah.
feel like it was reminiscent of that?
A little bit of it. Like I think when I tried to get Jessie in the conversation, not that it was hard to get her in conversation, but when we started a conversation, it was kind of like starting a conversation on a podcast. Like, what did you think about that? Or, that type of thing. So, doing interviews definitely helped. And a lot of it though, you really have to be in the moment, like be able to react instantaneously because there's not a lot of time in between points. Like when you're playing pickleball, right? And the point ends, you pick up the ball, right? You go back,
Yes.
you're ready to serve again. There's literally what 30 seconds. And if you don't have something to say in that 30 seconds, you lost your opportunity to say something.
Mm,
So you really have to be quick. And that was one of the adjustments as you were asking me. I was like, okay, were you prepared? Were you ready? I was not prepared for that.
true.
Because like when you're commentating baseball or football, there's time, right? There's a lot of time in between plays and stuff like that. And in this case, you know what I had? So they had me read spots, like promotional spots for the sponsors.
Oh, that's fun.
And they
Yeah.
had, different companies on the paper and stuff like that. And you had to know when to read the spots. And that was kind of fun to do. Like, oh, I get to be a spokesperson and I get to talk about,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's super fun. I love that.
I
Let
was
Did
me
they
really
prompt
excited
you?
because I got to do Pro Band, and Pro Band's been on the show before, and I
mm,
got to read the Pro Band spot, and I'm like, I actually had to insert a little extra from me in that spot. I said, "Oh yeah, this keeps me on the courts," and then I read the spot
yay.
because I do, I use the Pro Band equipment every time I play, so it was kind of neat doing that too.
Yeah,
Did
that's
they prompt you on when to read them, or did you just get to put them in wherever you wanted?
So we got to put them in whatever we wanted during timeouts. They said get all the reads in during the timeouts. So that's when we did them. So we knew every time they went to a timeout, we would do the reads. And then after we finished all of them and there was still more timeouts to go, that's when we started having more conversation.
okay. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Since we're talking a little bit about like the technical side of it, I was reading the comments the whole time, like as we were, because I just thought it was cool to get like the live feed and everything. But somebody mentioned that there was some audio issues. I was wondering if
Uh-huh.
one, if you could see the comments on your guys' end
No, we
at
could
all.
not see the comments at all.
Okay, interesting. So then, did you know about the audio issue? Or
What did somebody say?
They said
um
like the mics were either too close or like not working well enough.
Okay. Well, that makes sense then.
mm,
We're
Does
not
it?
working well enough. Okay. Because during one of the breaks, the producer came to both of us, and moved the mic further away from where we were sitting, like
okay.
maybe 6 inches further. So maybe we were coming in too hot, and the mics were
Mm.
too close to us. So we couldn't see the comments at all. Maybe that's what he saw, and that's why he moved the mics.
I bet, because then later, because I can't remember, but I was definitely like in the last hour, like watching all the way through it, and one of the comments was like, "Oh yeah, they fixed it" or something like
Oh,
that.
good,
Yeah,
good.
Yeah, it helped.
yeah.
Did you see the comment on the that I said because I was watching it too, and I commented from our third shot one, and I was like, "Ah, it's Uncle Greg from third shot," and then someone afterward was like, "Not my uncle."
He's everybody's uncle.
He
He's the
is.
world's uncle.
Exactly,
Oh, it
exactly.
made
Oh,
me
that's
laugh.
funny. That
That's
is
so
funny.
funny. I did see your comment though, and I was like, "Yay!"
You know what though? It's funny you mentioned the sound thing because I was not even conscious of it,
Mhm.
but a lot of times I was looking towards Jessie, so I was not facing the mic.
Mm,
Could you hear me when I was asking her questions or talking to her? Because she was looking straight ahead most of the time. She would kind of glance over to me, but when I was asking questions, I think I was looking directly at her, so I was not pointing my mouth at the mic. Did you notice that at all, or?
Not that we couldn't hear you, but in the beginning, before they adjusted the mic distance, I think hers was a little bit close because her audio was coming in stronger than yours, but I could still hear both of you, but hers was a little bit louder than yours. So maybe that's why. I didn't even think about
Interesting.
that.
Interesting.
mm,
Interesting. Yeah, so learning curve, right? You just kind of figure it all out, and got to interview the owner of the hub. He came up for one of the breaks and got to do a quick interview with him. And Pat's a super nice guy, so that was cool. Got to know him. He's opened up three, and he's opening up another one in Florida. So good job, go hub.
Yeah. What an amazing experience you got to have.
Well, okay, so afterwards, I don't think anybody really knows this, but after the whole experience was done, I happened to be talking to Patrick Kaka, right? You know Patrick from Las Vegas, and we were talking after the match, and we were just chit-chatting, and then Joy, the woman that I was with, one of the people that I was with, she came up and she goes, "Hey, we're going to lunch now. Do you guys want to go?" And she was kind of talking to me, and I go, "Patrick, you want to go?" And he goes, "Oh, they got a lot of speaking engagements for us to do. We might have to do some greet and meets and stuff like that." And I go, "Well, we're going right across the street." And he goes, "Oh yeah, that bread company. That's where I wanted to go for lunch anyway." And I go, "If you can make it, come and join us, right?" And so Joy and I, Victoria, and there's like three or four other people with us in our group. We all went over there, and like literally within two people behind me in line, Patrick and Colin Schick, come in. And I go, "Guys, come on up," right? So they come join us in line, and they land up having lunch with us. And then very soon after, the entire Heart Eights team come over, and they ordered their food, and then we pulled up a table next to us. So we literally had 6 out of the 8 people in the match all having lunch together, and we were chit chatting about a whole bunch of crazy stuff. And pickleball, some of it, but most of it was just about learning each other's lives and what's going on. And oh my gosh, we stayed there forever. And we, I don't know where they had to go afterwards, but I apologize if I kept you, but we stayed there for a long time. We were eating outside, and we had picnic tables lined up, and we were just having a really nice conversation. And a lot of the pros after the fact, I've been communicating with them, and hopefully they're going to come onto the show. So something to look forward to.
Yay.
Ooh, little
How
team.
fun. Oh my gosh. I don't think you could have predicted how amazing your day was going to turn out while you were headed to the hub in the morning.
I had
Like
no idea.
everything was just like a dream.
It really worked out so well. It was, you could have a bucket list to do sports commentary, but then everything else that went along with that was so extra that it's beyond bucket list.
Aw.
Yeah. Should we do a toast to you crossing something off your bucket list?
Yes.
Yes.
It's a great way to finish
Uncle
the
Greg, the
episode.
commentator.
Woo!
Thank you.
Cheers.
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 Well, I'm glad it worked out, and I'm glad the three of us got a chance to chit chat and talk a little bit about what's going on in our lives. I think it's interesting for our audience because they get to hear what we talk like every night at home. When we're all get together. This is kind of how we are. So this is real life, just on in a podcast. So thank you, Amanda, for joining us. I
Yeah,
know you're going to be back again.
yeah. Thank you guys so much for having me. I always have so much fun when I come on. I definitely want to come back. So, yeah.
We're going to figure out different ideas to
Yeah.
have you on the street or interviewing somebody.
Yes, I would love to do more like interviews, tiny mics on the court. I think that would be so fun.
All right. Something to look forward to.
Yes.
So
Yeah,
thanks
we
again
can't
for
wait.
coming on.
Thank you.
And thank you, audience, and all of our pickleball lovers out there that enjoy the game just as much as we do, for joining us on Third Shot. We have a special thanks to Amanda for joining us today and putting together all of our marketing. So, again, we mentioned the merch. Go to our website, get some of the merch that she has designed. Go on to our social media accounts on Instagram, on Facebook. Third Shot Podcast. It's on X with its Third Shot Pod. Definitely, you want to watch us on YouTube, which is look us up on Third Shot Podcast, where you can watch Amanda's UNLV T-shirt, sporting her pride, and there it is. And go to our website, which is thirdshotpodcast.com. So please continue listening. Subscribe if you get an opportunity. And we plan on having another fantastic episode with Amanda very soon, or an amazing guest next week. So please join in, and let's continue to share our enjoyment for the game and grow this pickleball community together. See you next time on Third Shot Podcast.